Hello, Joe Toffer here, Train for Your Best. Today, I just want to give a quick note about the concept of three-dimensional training, meaning that we train our athletes in the sagittal plane, the front to back, the frontal plane, the side to side, and the transverse plane, rotation. And it's such a hot topic right now, and I just want to kind of expand on why it's the new thing to do, the new fad out there, and it's because it makes sense. And it makes sense because of this quote right here that the body only adapts to a stimulus greater or different than it's gone through before. The stimulus has to emulate the why we're training. And what I mean by that is if your sport requires you to be strong laterally, then you should train laterally for strength. If your sport requires you to have a lot of endurance and rotation, then you should train endurance with rotation. If your sport requires you to run fast forward, then you should probably do explosive things forward. A lot of sports, uniquely enough, incorporate all three of those. So we want to make sure that we incorporate our training in all three. I always go back to other analogies because that's what kind of makes sense in my mind. Is if we want to get better at shooting free throws, then we don't shoot full court shots with footballs. We shoot free throws with basketballs. Same thing is true as if we want to get more strength in rotation for our golf swing or to hit baseballs further or to throw harder, then what we're going to do is strengthen the muscles to do that. It's not just about how much strength you have in the weight room with bench press or squats or deadlifts, and those things are great, but we want to make sure that they emulate also the movements and techniques and the positions at which we want to get trained in. And how we perform in our games is by moving in all three-dimensional strength. If it was just how much numbers you push in the weight room, then trust me, the best bench press people in the world would certainly rather play football because there's a lot more money there. It's not just about that. It's about the concept of the ability to be strong in all three planes, the ability to be injury preventive or have injury prevention in all three planes, the ability to have endurance in all three planes, the ability to have conditioning, the ability to have agility and speed in all three planes. You can see where I'm going with this. So if we want to be good in all three planes of motion, which that's what sports are, then we have to train for that. So that's just a quick hitter on what I believe to be why the three planes of motion training, 3D training is such a big deal. Get your athletes or get yourself training in 3D because that's the world we live in, that's what sports are, and that's the wave of the future. Good luck.